This is No More Shrinking with Dr. Abiola Salami.
Episode 9, The Bold Ask. Today, we are stepping into episode 9, discussing the bold ask. And let us get real. Most women don't get what they deserve. Not because they are not qualified, not because they are not talented, not because they are not ready, but because they didn't simply ask. They hoped, they hinted harder, but they never made the ask. And in this episode, we are going to unpack the psychology behind why women struggle to ask. We're going to discover what it means to ask boldly and ethically. And we're going to practice the art of professional asking. Asking for money, asking for support, asking for opportunity, and asking for respect. It is time to silence hesitation and speak up for your value. Ladies, let us begin.
This is No More Shrinking with Dr. Abiola Salami, a broadcast designed for women who are done playing small. All over the world, African women are rising. They are breaking ceilings, building legacies, driving change, and building with brilliance in boardrooms, classrooms, courtrooms, and communities. At the Peak Performing Woman of the Year Award, we celebrate the courage, competence, and character of African women who are delivering excellence with purpose, power, and undeniable impact. Who is that woman that inspires you to do better? Who is moving the needle in business, governance, education, tech, media, or social impact? Who is showing up, standing tall, and setting new standards? This is your chance to honor her. Nominate an exceptional woman for the Peak Performing Woman of the Year Award at www.tppafrica.com/awards. Let's honor her voice. Let's celebrate her victory. Let's amplify her vision for Africa. Because when one woman wins, all women rise. The Peak Performer Awards is where champions are honored and legacies are celebrated. Be part of it. Nominate her today.
Why do women hesitate to ask? Why do so many brilliant women hold back? The hesitation is real. I have seen it in boardrooms, in client sessions, even on campaign trails. And here are some of the unspoken beliefs that block the bold ask. 1. If I have to ask, maybe I'm not worth it. Or you have another woman say, I don't want to come off as desperate or greedy. Or you hear another woman say, if they wanted to give it to me, they would. I don't have to ask. Or another woman may say, what if they say no? How will I feel? I will feel very bad. So let me not ask. Or, I don't want to risk the relationship. If I ask now, it may spoil the relationship. But here's the truth. Not asking is the riskiest move of all. The riskiest move of all time is not asking. Because the world rarely gives you what you deserve. It gives you what you dare to request. And no, asking is not arrogance. Asking is alignment with your goal and with your purpose. And let me tell you about Ayomide. Ayomide is a systems consultant with 15 years of experience. She was brilliant, building structures that saved clients millions, but Ayomide kept charging below market. Why? She said to me in our coaching session that Dr. Abiola Salami, the reason I didn't ask for more is I didn't want to scare them off. And truthfully, I wasn't sure if I deserved more. We coached. She learned to price based on impact and not imposter syndrome. She wrote out her new rate. She practiced saying it and made her first bold pitch. And the client said yes, instantly. And not only that, they referred Ayomide to 2 more clients. Ayomide realized the power of asking wasn't just about money. It was about identity. Because when you ask with confidence, you teach the world how to treat you. In the psychology of asking, studies have shown that women negotiate less often than men. And according to Mellon study, only 7% of women negotiated their first salary compared to 57% of men. Why? Because many women are socially conditioned to be accommodating and not assertive. We were taught to earn favor, not to request it. But here's the reframe. Asking is not confrontation. It is simply communication. And bold asking is a muscle, not a personality type. You build it, you rehearse it, you strengthen it only by using it. So my question to you, my dear peak performing woman, is what are you afraid to ask for? Grab your journal and let us make a note. Question 1. What do you really want but you have not asked for? Write it down. In your relationship, in your career, as a mother, write them down. What areas are you hoping people will read your mind and know what exactly you want without you speaking? Write them down. What opportunity have you delayed applying for? Write them down. What funding, raise, or promotion have you told yourself you are not ready for? Write them down. As you've written them, I want you to reflect on them. And as you've written all of them, I want you to write down this statement I'm about to say to you. Here's the statement. My ask is not a burden. It is a bridge to my next level. Your ask is not a burden. It's your bridge to your next level. Let me tell you about Fatou, a politician who asked for the unthinkable. I heard a story that she was a city council woman in Senegal. Fatou wanted to lead the regional education committee. That position, historically, has been reserved for men. She asked and people laughed. She asked again, this time with data, with passion, and with results. Eventually, she got the position. Then reformed curriculum access for 200,000 girls. When I asked how Fatou kept going despite rejection, she said, Dr. Abiola Salame, I was not asking for power. I was asking for access to serve. That really got me thinking. Because confidence in asking is not about begging, it is about leading. And this brings me to what I call the anatomy of a bold ask. And the anatomy of a bold ask is in 5 C's. And I want us to get really practical with this. And here's what a bold ask requires. 1, it requires clarity. You want to know exactly what you want. 2, it requires confidence. You believe your ask is legitimate. 3, it requires context, which is about understanding timing and decision makers. 4, it requires conviction, which is you have the capacity to explain the impact, not just the need, to the stakeholders. And 5, it requires closure, that you make a clear ask and wait for the answer. So clarity, confidence, context, conviction, and closure. That is the anatomy of a bold ask. And let me give you an example. Quote, I am requesting a 20% increase based on the expansion of my responsibilities, the results I have delivered, and my market value. End of quote. That kind of statement is not emotional manipulation. It is a data-driven clarity. As we have looked at the anatomy of a bold ask, I want us to look at a power language that can help you to ask stronger. So, you want to replace some passive phrases with power statements. A passive language like, whenever you get a chance, replace it with a power statement like, let us schedule a time by, you mention the date, to discuss. Then also, there's another passive statement like, I hope this is not too much to ask. Replace that statement with, this is aligned with the value I bring. Because bold asks don't beg. Confident and courageous asks don't beg. They build. You're not asking for a favor, as it were. You are stewarding your future. You've made a contribution that must be recognized and rewarded. Let us look at how to make bold asks in business, career, and politics. In business, you can ask for premium pricing. You can request investor capital. You can renegotiate vendor terms. In careers, you can ask for leadership roles. You can request sponsorship or mentorship. You can propose flexible working arrangements. If you are a politician, you can ask for endorsement from other politicians. You can request resources for your constituency. You can demand fair media representation. In all cases, bold asking is about advancing the mission, not just about advancing yourself. Let me tell you about Ihuoma. Ihuoma was a startup founder who had never spoken at any conference before. But she saw an event lineup that lacked female founders, so she emailed the organizers. Here's the email Ihuoma sent. Quote, I noticed the speaker list lacked diversity. I'm a founder with a scaling fintech solution that has helped over 10,000 users. I would love to speak on funding access for African women. That is the simple email Ihuoma sent. Guess what? They said yes to her. And that keynote went viral. She later raised a $3 million round because she asked. Now, here are some power practices for you to maintain a bold ask this week. Number 1, craft your ask. Write it clearly. Speak it aloud. Practice it with a friend. Practice it in front of a mirror. Number 2, schedule the conversation. Pick the right moment. Don't wait for permission. Initiate that meeting. Just like Ihuoma, send that email. 3, detach from outcome. Bold asking is a win regardless of yes or no. It trains your confidence and your integrity. So don't say because you didn't receive a yes, you won't ask again. No. You are training yourself. You are training your confidence and your integrity. And number 4, celebrate the ask. Whether you get it or not, honor the courage that it took you to ask. Honor the courage that it took your voice to be heard. That is what you want to do in practicing your muscle of confidence and integrity in training yourself to ask. So, I want you to take these affirmations with me and say it loud. I do not fear asking. I embrace alignment. I release shame around wanting more. I ask with clarity, courage, and purpose. My request is a reflection of my value. A closed mouth cannot build an open life. Say them again. I do not fear asking. I embrace alignment. I release shame around wanting more. I ask with clarity, courage, and purpose. My request is a reflection of my value. A closed mouth cannot build an open life. My dear peak-performing woman, you have permission to ask. Not because you are entitled, but because you are entrusted with power. You are entrusted with ideas. You are entrusted with gifts. You are entrusted with a mission that needs resourcing. So speak up. Ask boldly. Hold your head high. Because nothing big is built on silence. And nothing sustainable is built on subtlety. And on your journey of greatness, remember to get a copy of my book, The Peak Performing Woman's Companion, and pre-order my upcoming book, No More Shrinking. Visit www.tppafrica.com/books to get your copy. Also, ensure you join the hundreds of women that will be in the room at the Peak Performing Woman of the Year 2025 later on this year. You want to be there with these powerful women. They're coming from all walks of life, from tech, from media, from oil and gas, from financial services, from all over the sectors of the Nigerian economy. You can't afford to miss that opportunity. If you've not attended the Peak Performing Woman of the Year before, this is your golden opportunity to be a part of it. If you've attended before, the experience this time will even be on a higher level. Women will be connecting with each other, will be celebrating women, women will be inspired, women will learn, women will meet other women and men alike that will take them to the next level in their careers and in their businesses. You can't afford to miss this opportunity. So visit www.tppafrica.com/woman to register. Please, my dear lady, don't keep this opportunity to yourself alone. Share it with all your girls from your schools, your alumni association, in your university, in your polytechnic, in your secondary school, your colleagues. Share it with all the women so that you come there and celebrate and get inspired and connect with other women as well. Remember, visit www.tppafrica.com/woman and you can invite our team to train and coach the leaders and the women in your organization. Or you can bring us in to facilitate a board retreat or an executive management retreat. Reach out to us on team@tppafrica.com or call us on 0702 666 8008. In the next episode of No More Shrinking, we will learn how to stay big in small spaces, how to keep your truth alive in systems that still prefer your silence. And until then, remember to be like Ihuoma, write the email, make the call, name the number, and always remember, I love you, I believe in you, and I look forward to celebrating your back-to-back greatness. Until the next time, keep rocking your world like a champion.
Thank you for joining us on No More Shrinking with Dr. Abiola Salami, the world-class performance strategist. This is a broadcast designed for women who are done playing small. If you are a career woman, businesswoman, female founder, or a rising female political leader who knows deep down that playing small is no longer an option, ensure you get copies of Dr. Abiola Salami's books to fuel your journey. Visit www.tppafrica.com/books to get yours. Also, ensure you sign up to attend the Peak Performing Woman of the Year 2025, where hundreds of businesswomen will be gathered to network, learn, and celebrate. Visit www.tppafrica.com/woman to register. You can engage Dr. Abiola Salami to serve as keynote speaker at your next leadership conference or management retreat. Simply contact his office on team@tppafrica.com or call 0702 666 8008. You can follow Dr. Abiola Salami at Abiola Champ on all social media platforms.